one often observes a striking contrast. A person who has reached 80 years of age walks with ease, possesses noticeable strength, unwavering confidence, and abundant vitality, while another, barely past 60, relies on a cane and struggles for breath after just a few steps. This phenomenon represents one of the most profound mysteries of aging. A natural question arises. Why do some individuals maintain their energy and vitality well into old age, while others seem to prematurely lose their strength and fade? The truth is, such a difference is not a result of random luck, predetermined genetics, or even less so, some mystical force. The real key to understanding this phenomenon lies in a combination of simple, yet scientifically proven habits that can radically transform the human aging process on physical, mental, and emotional levels. Within this narrative, we will unveil what the authors call the 6 golden habits for healthy aging. For those who have crossed the age of 50, this message holds particular relevance, as it contains no vague recommendations or empty promises. Instead, it's about science-backed secrets to longevity that leading experts and researchers from esteemed institutions like Harvard University and the National Institute on Aging have consistently, though sometimes subtly, emphasized for years. However, despite their significance, the vast majority of older adults, unfortunately, never learn about these crucial principles. There's a belief that aging shouldn't be associated with a loss of independence, vitality, or joy. On the contrary, it's meant to symbolize gaining wisdom, expanding personal freedom, and the ability to live fully on your own terms. Whether you're actively exploring recommendations for maintaining health in old age, or just beginning to consider forming daily habits for longevity, the material presented here offers real, natural health strategies that you can implement immediately. This is about practical, achievable changes aimed at maintaining a high level of well-being after 60. There are no tricks or miracle pills, just concrete, effective steps. And here's what often goes unsaid. These seemingly minor habits provide the greatest benefit precisely when health issues haven't yet manifested. Once a person starts experiencing chronic fatigue, noticing memory decline, or feeling unsteady when walking, the recovery process becomes significantly more complex and prolonged. This is precisely why the right habits, consistently practiced day in and day out, represent the best defense against age-related ailments. The question arises, what are these habits? What do those strong, independent 80-year-olds know that others don't? Stay tuned, and in the next few minutes, you'll discover 6 powerful steps aimed at restoring your vitality, protecting your brain's cognitive functions, and preserving your personal freedom, all without spending a fortune or drastically changing your entire lifestyle. Now let's move on to the first of these habits, one that is strikingly simple, often underestimated because of it, yet powerful enough to transform a person's existence. Habit 1: daily walking. This habit is rightly considered the most accessible and effective in the pursuit of maintaining youthfulness and vitality. It doesn't require an expensive gym membership. You won't need any specialized equipment. It's important to realize that age is no barrier to starting. It's never too late to begin. Walking, a natural action most people already know how to do, can be the most powerful natural tool in combating the aging process. Understand that with every step you take, your body actively responds, triggering a cascade of beneficial reactions. Your heart muscle begins to work more efficiently, your lungs expand, filling with air, and your joints gain necessary mobility, preventing stiffness. However, the true magic of walking unfolds in its long-term impact on the body. According to data published by Harvard Medical School, just 30 minutes of daily walking can reduce the risk of heart disease by an impressive 40%. This isn't just a statistic. It's a real opportunity to extend your life, making it richer, stronger, and more independent. The human body is designed for movement, and if it's not used as intended, its functions gradually diminish. This principle is simple and undeniable. Let me give you an example. David Nfoe, a 73-year-old retired mechanic from Texas. A few years ago, he found it extremely difficult even to climb the stairs in his own home. My legs felt heavy, and my mind was foggy. I thought it was just age catching up, he shared. However, his doctor strongly recommended he start walking. Nothing extreme was required, just 10 minutes a day. 2 years later, David walks 2 miles every morning. The cane is gone, his back pain has disappeared, and most importantly, his lost energy has returned. It's like I added 10 years to my life, he said. It's not about fitness, it's about freedom. Walking stimulates blood circulation, helps normalize blood pressure, and ensures an increased flow of oxygen to brain structures. This, in turn, leads to clearer thinking, improved memory, and a stable mood that doesn't falter even during difficult times. For people over 60, walking isn't just physical activity, it's a form of medicine. It's one of the most effective daily habits for longevity, requiring no cost beyond your time and a little effort. And here's what most people don't realize. The mental benefits of walking can be even more significant than the physical ones. A study conducted by Stanford University showed that walking can boost creative thinking by an impressive 60%. So if you ever feel stuck, sad, or overwhelmed, just lace up your shoes and go for a walk. The rhythm of your steps, the feeling of fresh air. It's nature's way of clearing your mind. Now imagine, you're 85 years old. You're not confined to a wheelchair. Your body isn't stiff from sitting. You're outside, confidently walking the same path you walked at 55. Birds are singing in the trees. The sun gently warms your back. You feel confident, strong, full of life. This is the promise of walking. Not perfection, but consistent progress. Not speed, but steady consistency. And you absolutely don't have to start with something grand. 5 minutes around the block. A leisurely stroll after dinner, even walking down the hallway during commercial breaks. Every step matters. Every movement sends a clear message to your body. I'm still here. I still care. For those seeking natural paths to health in old age, walking is a unique habit that adapts to any circumstance. You can walk alone, lost in thought. You can walk with friends, enjoying conversation. You can walk slowly. You can walk fast. But however you do it, just keep moving. Because aging gracefully doesn't mean turning back time. It means moving forward with clear purpose, with inner strength, and with the consistent, quiet power of a habit that truly works. You don't need a perfect body to start. But if you start, you'll gain a better body and a better life. This is your time. This is your habit. And it's the simplest thing you can do today that your future self will undoubtedly thank you for tomorrow. Habit 2, eat for longevity, not for speed. Food is much more than just a source of energy. It's information. Every bite you take carries a specific message for your body, prompting it to heal, protect, or conversely, to slowly deteriorate. The truth is, many problems associated with aging don't originate in your bones or brain. They start right on your plate. And if you're over 50, what you eat now matters far more than ever before. Most people don't realize it, but as the years pass, your body's nutritional needs paradoxically increase. Your body requires enhanced support to combat inflammation, effectively repair cells, and maintain a sharp immune system. Yet many older adults, unfortunately, opt for fast food, frozen ready meals, or processed snacks. It's easy, it's cheap, but it's also extremely dangerous for your health. Let me introduce you to Susan. She's 68, lives in Florida, and until recently ate like most people, toast for breakfast, deli meats for lunch, and microwave dinners. She constantly felt tired throughout the day. Her blood pressure was steadily rising, and her joints ached. One day, her doctor looked her straight in the eye and said something that became a turning point for her. "You're feeding the disease, not your health." Those words deeply impacted Susan. Susan made just one but radical change to her diet. She started adding real, vibrant vegetables to every meal: spinach for breakfast, roasted carrots for lunch, a fresh salad every evening. Within 6 months, she lost 15 pounds. Her cholesterol levels dropped, and the fog in her mind slowly began to clear. She wasn't on a strict diet. She simply returned to food that looked like it had just come from the ground. This is what healthy eating truly means for older adults. It's about consuming whole foods that help your body age gracefully, not those that subtly drain your vitality. Leafy greens like kale and collard greens are rich in vitamin K, which helps maintain bone strength and significantly reduces the risk of fractures. Fatty fish, such as salmon and sardines, are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, helping protect your brain from age-related decline. Whole grains like oats and brown rice help maintain stable blood sugar levels, preventing that unpleasant afternoon slump. And don't forget hydration. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes, yet the body still vitally needs water to regulate body temperature, transport nutrients, and eliminate toxins. Choose water over sodas, herbal tea over sugary drinks. Add lemon or cucumber slices if it helps you drink more. A study published in the journal Neurology showed that older adults who adhered to a Mediterranean diet, rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean protein, and healthy fats, had a 30% lower risk of cognitive impairment. That's a powerful argument. It's preventative self-care that starts right at your fork. Let's be honest. Nobody's perfect. You don't need to meticulously count every calorie or give up chocolate forever. But there's a huge difference between an occasional treat and systematically sabotaging your own health. Processed meats, packaged snacks, sugary cereals, these aren't neutral choices. They accelerate aging from the inside out. They cause joint inflammation, dull your mental clarity, and deplete your body. That's why many doctors' recommendations for older adults start with nutrition. Because it's the part of your health you control 3 times a day. And it doesn't have to be complicated. One simple rule: if food doesn't look like it came from nature, it probably isn't helping you. You don't need to starve yourself. You need to nourish yourself. Not for vanity, not for weight loss, but for energy, mental clarity, and freedom. Because when your body feels good, you move more, laugh more, live more. Open your fridge. What do you see? Does it build the future you want, or does it hold you back? You have the power to choose foods that support your independence, protect your memory, and prevent the illnesses we often attribute solely to age. Healthy eating isn't about restriction, it's about intention. And every conscious bite you take becomes another step toward a life that brings pleasure. Not just longer, but better in every way. Start with one meal. Make it fresh. Make it vibrant. Make it meaningful. Habit 3. Keep your mind sharp. Don't let age rob you of your precious memory. Your legs need movement to stay strong and functional. Similarly, your brain demands constant activity. Most people worry about losing physical mobility as they age, but they don't always notice the quiet, insidious threat creeping in as memory loss. It starts small: a forgotten name, a missed appointment. You brush it off, thinking it's just a minor slip. But then it happens again and again, and suddenly it feels like thoughts are slipping through your fingers. Here's what too few people realize. Your brain is capable of staying sharp, active, and engaged for decades, but only if you consistently train it. Mental decline isn't an automatic part of aging. It's rather a result of neglect. And the good news is that with the right daily habits, you can protect your mind just as effectively as you protect your bones and muscles. Reading, for example, is one of the most accessible and powerful brain exercises. Whether it's a captivating novel, a fresh newspaper, or even a cookbook, when you read, your brain is forced to focus, process incoming information, and remember it. This process activates areas responsible for comprehension, memory, and imagination. Think of it as weightlifting, but for your memory. Next come puzzles, crosswords, Sudoku, logic games. They challenge your problem-solving skills and force your brain to adapt to new tasks. Studies from the University of Exeter and King's College London have convincingly shown that people who regularly engage in puzzles demonstrate better short-term memory and processing speed compared to those who don't. Let me tell you about Helen, a 70-year-old resident of Dax, Oregon. After retiring, she started noticing she was forgetting some details. Nothing serious, but it worried her. So she started small. reading every morning, playing word games on her tablet, and even enrolling in a beginner Spanish class at her local community center. "It's like my mind woke up again," she shared. "I feel more alert, more present, and I'm actually having fun." Fun matters immensely. When you enjoy an activity, your brain is more likely to stay engaged and form new neural connections. This is a key factor in maintaining brain health after 60. That's why learning something new, whether it's painting, playing a musical instrument, or even mastering digital tools, can be such a powerful stimulus. It pushes your mind into uncharted territory. It builds new pathways that support attention, focus, and memory. But one of the most underrated brain boosters is conversation. Interacting with others forces your brain to actively listen, respond, and adapt in real time. When you talk to friends, share stories, or even debate ideas, you're not just socializing, you're training your brain. In fact, older adults who remain socially active show slower rates of cognitive decline, according to research from the Mayo Clinic. This is why health recommendations for seniors absolutely must include mental training. It's not an optional extra, it's vital. And you don't need to spend hours a day on mental gymnastics. Even 15 minutes of reading, a few puzzles, a meaningful phone call. These small, consistent choices add up. They help you preserve the most valuable part of healthy aging, your sense of self. Healthy aging isn't just about moving your body. It's about staying mentally alive, curious, engaged, awake to life. Because your memories are more than just facts. They are your connection to who you are and to those you love. So the next time you're choosing how to spend your time, ask yourself, is what I'm doing strengthening my brain or allowing it to dull? You don't need a special program. You just need a reason. And here it is. Because your mind is worth protecting. Because your story isn't over yet. Because life's best moments still need your presence, your awareness, and your connection. Your brain is listening carefully to what you feed it. So feed it stories, challenges, conversations. Feed it what makes it grow. That's how you keep your memory, by choosing not to give it away. Habit 4. Stay strong as you age. It's not age itself that causes the body to weaken, but specifically the loss of muscle mass. People don't get old because of the number on their birthday cake. They get old because they lose strength. And the science behind this decline has a clear name: sarcopenia. It's the gradual, often unnoticed loss of muscle mass that can begin as early as your 40s and significantly accelerates after 60. But here's what most don't realize. You can slow this process, stop it, and even reverse it. Not with medication, not with expensive procedures, but through something surprisingly simple: strength training. Your muscles are your independence. They help you stand up without wobbling, carry groceries effortlessly, climb stairs without gripping the railing. When they weaken, all these everyday actions become significantly harder. But the great news is that even light, consistent movement can bring back lost strength. Robert, a 74-year-old retired mailman from Georgia, experienced this firsthand. After a minor fall at the grocery store, his doctor warned him he was at risk for more serious injuries in the future due to muscle loss. Instead of waiting for things to worsen, Robert Howe started slowly, just 5 minutes a day of wall push-ups, light dumbbell curls, and short squats using his kitchen counter for support. 3 months later, he wasn't just steadier, he was significantly stronger. "I didn't think it would make such a difference," he said. "But now I can get out of my chair without pushing off." This is the essence of daily habits for longevity. Not dramatic, instant changes, but simple, purposeful efforts repeated day after day. If you aim to age with strength, rather than just passively drifting into your later years, strength training must become your foundation. Not to build bulky muscles, but to preserve the ones you already have. And no, you're not too old to start. In fact, the older you are, the more you need it. Start with bodyweight exercises, gentle chair squats, bicep curls with water bottles, a wall plank to engage your core. You don't need to go to a gym. You just need to move with purpose. According to the National Institute on Aging, strength training twice a week can significantly improve balance, reduce the risk of falls, and increase bone density. This isn't just beneficial, it's life-saving. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury for people over 65, and strong muscles are your first line of defense. This isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional. When you feel weak, you start to hesitate. You avoid walks. You stop playing with your grandchildren. You begin to withdraw from the life you once enjoyed. But strength training changes that. It gives you back control. It gives you confidence. And here's what no one talks about. It makes you feel younger. Not because your age changes, but because your posture improves. Your steps become more confident, your body feels more alive. And every time you lift something a little easier than before, you remember that you're not fading. You're rebuilding. This is the core of senior health, not just treating problems once they arise, but preventing them. Being proactive before things fall apart. If your goal is well-being after 60, don't skip this. Make strength non-negotiable, not for looks but for freedom. So the next time you get out of a chair or reach for a cupboard, ask yourself, do I feel strong? If the answer is no, you can change that, starting today. Because aging doesn't take your strength, inactivity does. And your body, even now, is waiting for your signal to fight back. Habit 5. Social connections. The underrated medicine for a long life. You can eat right, you can walk every day, you can even lift weights and get 8 hours of sleep. But if you do all of it in silence and alone, something vital is still missing. Human connection isn't just a nice to have, it's survival. And for older adults, it's arguably the most powerful form of healing that sadly too few talk about. Loneliness isn't just an emotional state, it's a powerful biological stressor. According to research published in the journal Perspectives on Psychological Science, chronic loneliness increases the risk of early death by 26%. That's comparable to the effects of smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It fuels inflammation in the body, weakens the immune system, and accelerates cognitive decline. Your body, your brain, and your heart know when you're alone, and they respond accordingly. Betty, a 76-year-old widow from Ohio, Nevada, spent most of her days at home. Her children had moved away and her husband had passed. She told herself she was fine until she wasn't. Sleep became restless, blood pressure rose, and her memory started to fade. It wasn't until she joined a local book club that things began to shift. Weekly conversations, shared laughter, a reason to look forward to tomorrow. I didn't realize how much I missed someone saying my name, she confessed. That's the power of social connection. It grounds you. It reminds you that you still belong to something bigger. And it doesn't take much. A simple phone call, a walk with a neighbor, volunteering at a community garden, or helping out at the local library. These are more than just social gestures. They are natural health for seniors, free, meaningful, and profoundly effective. Loneliness, unchecked, breeds isolation. Isolation shrinks your world, limits your perspective, and slowly steals your joy. But connection, conversely, expands you. It brings light back into the room. It lifts your spirits and strengthens your body. This is more than just advice for graceful aging. It's a wake-up call. When you talk to someone face-to-face, your brain releases oxytocin, a hormone that reduces stress and improves mood. Your immune system gets a boost, your heart rate stabilizes, and your mind becomes sharper, more alive. Studies show that socially active older adults are far less likely to suffer from dementia or depression. Think about it. How many times have you felt better just by talking to someone? Not even about anything deep, just sharing a story, a laugh, or a memory. That's not a coincidence, that's chemistry, that's healing. This is why home remedies for seniors aren't just about herbs and hot tea. They're also about people. About putting yourself in a space where someone knows your name, hears your voice, and cares that you showed up. You don't need a crowd. 1 or 2 genuinely caring people can be enough. And if life has made it harder, if people have moved away or drifted apart, you can rebuild connections. 1 text, 1 invitation, 1 cup of coffee at a time. Because the truth is, You're not meant to go through this stage of life alone. You're meant to be surrounded, seen, included. So if you're reading this and feeling even a little lonely, please reconnect with an old friend. Join a local group. Say hello to someone new. Not tomorrow. Today. Your heart, your brain, and your future will thank you for it. Habit 6. Deep sleep. The most important habit too many forget. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's your body's nightly repair shop. And yet, as we age, it's one of the first things we neglect, and one of the first things that starts to break down. Poor sleep doesn't just make you feel tired. It fogs your memory, disrupts your hormones, weakens your immune system, and slowly erodes your mood, concentration, and ability to heal. The truth is, sleep is one of the most powerful longevity tips you'll ever hear, but most people don't follow it until it's already causing harm. Johnny Phoenix 67 from Utah used to wake up 3 or 4 times a night. His doctor gave him pills, but they left him groggy. It wasn't until he made radical changes to his nightly routine, no screens after 8 p.m., light stretching before bed, and a strict bedtime, that things began to shift. I didn't just sleep better, he shared. I started thinking clearer. My blood pressure went down. I had energy again. This is what deep restorative sleep does. It doesn't just rest your body, it rebuilds your life. While you sleep, your brain actively cleans itself of waste, literally clearing out toxins that accumulate during the day. It consolidates memories, regulates cortisol, your stress hormone, and balances insulin levels, protecting against weight gain and chronic fatigue. Without enough quality sleep, even the best efforts, walking, healthy eating, social activity, fall short. That's why sleep is the senior health tip we cannot afford to ignore. Here's what no one tells you. As we age, our sleep needs don't decrease, but our ability to fall and stay asleep changes. This isn't a failure, it's biology. The good news, you can work with it. Start by creating the right environment. Dim the lights an hour before bed. Keep your bedroom cool, quiet, and dark. Avoid bright screens, phones, tablets, TVs, which disrupt your natural melatonin production. Try reading or meditating instead. Your body needs clear signals that it's time to wind down. Go to bed and wake up at the same time, even on weekends. This helps train your internal clock, which becomes more fragile after 60. And if your mind won't stop racing, write down your thoughts before lying down, or listen to calming music. These gentle practices support your natural rhythms, rather than fighting them. Hydration is also important, but stop fluids a couple of hours before bed and avoid caffeine or heavy meals in the evening. They disrupt deep sleep, even if you fall asleep quickly. A good night's rest is one of the simplest ways to live healthy after 50. It sharpens your brain, lifts your mood, protects your heart, and prepares your body to move, think, and thrive the next day. Think of it this way. If walking is how you train your muscles, then sleep is how your body repairs them, making them stronger. If food is how you fuel your day, then sleep is how your systems efficiently process it. If connection keeps your mind alive, then sleep is what keeps your memories intact. You don't need perfection. You need consistency. Even a few nights of quality sleep each week can significantly reduce inflammation, improve focus, and boost overall well-being. So tonight, give your body what it's asking for. Create space for deep rest. Honor your bedtime as you would a doctor's appointment. And remind yourself that sleep isn't the end of your day. It's the foundation of your health. It's time to stop seeing sleep as something we sacrifice and start seeing it as a daily gift. We give ourselves to stay sharp, resilient, and strong. Aging isn't the end of the story. It's a chapter where you can finally live it on your own terms, with clarity, strength, and intention. The 6 habits discussed today don't require significant financial investment, perfect health, or even a head start. They ask only one thing: that you begin. Not someday, but today. Because it's not age that makes you weaker. It's the abandonment of the habits that once made you strong.
So what will you choose? A walk around the block? A book that awakens your mind? A healthy lunch? A phone call? A stretch before bed? These aren't minor things. They are daily choices for longevity, and they build the life worth living. Let these years be the ones where you live healthy after 50. Not just longer, but fuller. Not just existing, but thriving. For the true essence of healthy aging lies not in attempting to postpone life's inevitable end. On the contrary, it lies in imbuing each day lived with profound meaning and significance, in consciously striving to live it as fully and vibrantly as possible, cherishing every moment and every opportunity that life offers.